real quick. Here we go. This guy tweeted me out. He says, "Hey, Brodie, what's the chances we can hear you both chirp on this?" So obviously he got my attention. He posts a screenshot, and I'm guessing this is from maybe one of Drew's YouTube videos. A comment said, "Love your candidness, Drew. Would love to see you on Tour Life and have this conversation in greater detail with Brodie and Yuli, but I agree with everything you said here, man." Drew responds saying, "They would not have me on the show. They just use my tweets and comments for likes and shares." Which David, who runs our Twitter account, quickly found the episode that Drew was actually on Tour Life and did like a funny little meme with that. But what are your thoughts on that? On Drew Gibson saying that we use his name for likes and shares?
Drew is welcome on the show. Always has been. As far as I go, I don't know about Brodie, but as far as I can say, Drew is always welcome on the show.
If we have something, here's the thing: we get people on the show that we want to talk to. If there's something that we want to talk to you about, or there's something going on, you don't have to. Someone just said win an event and he'll be on the show. You don't have to win an event to come on Tour Life. We have people all the time. So if there's something that we want to talk about, we'll gladly ask you to come on.
Absolutely. Now, as far as using his stuff to give ourselves likes, and I mean, that's just crazy talk, man.
I feel like we're not clickbaity. I feel like I try to do my best. I'm the one that comes up with the titles for each episode. I think I try to do my best.
Here's the thing. He's referring to the time where I replied to the thing where he replied on. He said it. He responded to our reel.
Mm-hmm.
You pulled it up.
Yeah.
Right after he did it, because we were live, and then I replied to that.
Yeah.
So how are we using his stuff to get likes and shares when he replied to my thing and then I replied to him replying to my reel?
That's a good point. That is a good point.
So I'm sorry, but that doesn't make a lot of sense. The way where I'm sitting, Drew's welcome on the show.
This is now twice that we've been called clout chasers. There comes the balloons. This is now twice we've been called clout chasers. One from Maria Oliva, and now from Drew Gibson.
Yeah, no, this is
we might be clout chasing, Yuli.
It's a podcast where you get where you bring people on the show where they're big time in the news, like with these, like with Gannon and with Eagle. Like that's for you guys. That's not for us personally. We're doing this to get a podcast.
We're trying to have a good show. We're trying to have a good
show. I mean, whatever. On to the next subject.
All right, next. Oh, there's the meme. It just got brought up. I don't know if you saw that, but that's the meme. Go follow us on Tour Life on Twitter and Instagram while you're at it. Why not? All right, Disc Golf Pro Tour World Standings point structure. So I just want to run through this real quickly. I love this idea. I think the way that the world rankings and all that stuff currently is not really set up too great. And so the Disc Golf Pro Tour said, hey, we're going to start our own world standings. So this is how it works. You got the Disc Golf Pro Tour, 16 events are eligible. Disc Golf Pro Tour Plus, 4 events are eligible. Playoffs, 2 events are eligible. And then you've got majors, 3 for the MPO, 4 for the FPO, because the FPO has 5 majors. Or I think they have 5 majors, right? Or 5 that count as majors. They did as last year. Yeah. So points, a win for the Disc Golf Pro Tour is 100 points. Disc Golf Pro Tour Plus, 125. Playoff, 150. Major, 200. And then they give you kind of a breakdown of total possible points available. So basically what this is, they basically just have the Disc Golf Pro Tour standings, and now they've just added in the majors to now come up with the world rankings. And now that there are more events over in Europe, I think this is going to work a lot better, because you would have some guys be super high in the world rankings, but you really didn't know who they were because they would only play in Europe. They never would play in the States. I think this is going to be better for everyone involved. So we'll see how it works out in the first year, but very, very cool. Next thing, They also announced event registration. Look at this, Yuli. If you want to be tier 1 and register for an event now, you have to be 1010 and higher. Gets you into an event for tier 1.
I just saw that for the Champions Cup as well. But
Champions Cup's 1020.
1020. Yeah. I'm actually tier 2 in that because I'm 1019.
Yeah, I checked. I had to check my rating to see when I could sign up. I'm tier 2 as well.
Yeah, so I might not even be playing in that event.
I might not either. Very true. I don't know if there's that many people 1020 and up. I think that number is actually like less than 60 or so. There's not.
But we're gonna have to be ready for the.
We're gonna yes, we will have to be ready.
Here's the thing.
Talk to me.
That's ridiculous. That's the silliest thing ever. I get it. But it's silly. It's silly that there's enough players that have played on the Pro Tour. The Pro Tour is the place to be. I don't care what anybody says, the PDGA, whatever you guys want to say. The Pro Tour has the best players, all the stuff. If you are ranked in that on the Pro Tour, it's pretty easy. Those are the best players. Those are the people who should be getting into the tournaments. And as the sport moves forward, it's going to be harder to get on the Pro Tour it's going to be harder to get hopefully in the majors, which I feel like they should switch it to that. And then if there's extra spots, then do whatever you want. I don't know how it is. I still don't think there should ever be a ratings base to get into a tournament. I think there should be qualifiers and not just like, oh, top 5 get in. The top 5 are always going to be in. They're always going to be in because they're going to be 1030 plus for the most part.
Yes.
You get what I mean? So it's a little broken in my opinion.
I agree with you. It doesn't make all that much sense that we're like going online to try to get Taylor Swift tickets. And it's just like who has the fastest internet. That doesn't make too sense. Again, this is an issue that they didn't really have. And I think you bring up a good point. It's going to continue to get worse and worse and worse, right? You're going to have tons. We do a segment on off season where we have to guess players' division that they play in and players' ratings. And there's been people on there that have been like 10,005, 1010, 1015. And I know players that are in the thousands, but they're playing tournaments that suit their game. They're playing courses that suit their game. There's a massive difference between being a 1,010 rated player at B tiers versus being a 1,010 rated at the Pro Tour, right? The courses are very different.
Yeah.
So I agree. Like the issue is going to only get worse as, now we have 10,000 people that are 1,000 plus or whatever it is, right? And I agree with you. You don't want to have a situation that we saw at Champions Cup last. Yes, exactly. Okay.